Yes. Thank you for taking the time
That's right.
to
It's a
give us
pleasure
this
to meet you.
podcast. Yeah, what I'll try to do is I'll first introduce what we do in ER or Education Redesign, and followed by your introduction, and then we'll get into the podcast. Is that
Okay, sir. Sure.
good?
Okay, sir. Sure.
Yeah. So, let's start. This is we have been conducting a series of podcasts with ER, and in addition to seminars, conferences, we have been doing colloquiums. And the podcast today is one more in the series of what we are trying to do at Education Redesign to answer or to find solutions to the question why, what, and how education in the age of AI, and why, what, and how employment in the age of AI. These are the two basic questions that we'll try to address. So, briefly, let me introduce you to Education Redesign. It is a global nonprofit organization dedicated to improving education and openly propagating its recommendations, frameworks, curricula, coursework, and professional development on a worldwide basis. Again, trying to answer the question why, what, and how education and employment in the age of AI or for the age of AI. ER, which is Education Redesign, endeavors to explore at the crossroads of education, technology, economy, society, human behavior, philosophy, and curriculum innovation to understand the essential shifts needed to prepare learners for a world driven by artificial intelligence. Our focus on relevance of education and employment brings together international organizations, governments, academic institutions, corporations, and nonprofits. This is the base gist of what ER is doing at this point. And at every step in human civilization, we all know, understand, right from the Stone Age to agricultural revolution to the industrial societies and to the current digital age and the new technologies that are emerging. Economy has technology has always determined or what the type of economy and society has to be, which in turn determine what the nature of jobs or an education system has to be. So the last major historical milestone that we can think of is the in the education system is during the 18th century. As a response to the sudden societal and human capital needs due to industrial revolution, things evolved. Humans were trained to use machines for mass production. But in the 21st century, which we consider to be the age of prosumers or consumers and producers, has transformed beyond any resemblance to that of the 19th century. However, the industrial society education system that is practiced today has a total disconnect with the current digital society. As technology has advanced in the last few decades, our society has shifted from producing goods to generating information and rendering services. Therefore, our educational system must be re-examined in the context of cultural evolution to see if how its role can be redesigned to meet the society's larger needs. Machines today have evolved. They don't need humans for production. Artificial intelligent machines can now produce without human intervention. Machine learning is self-directed learning or learning by doing. Human labor is now replaced by data points. These new artificial technologies are on the cusp of relegating humans to just consumer activity or consumption activity. Therefore, the core focus of our institution, Education Redesign, is the pursuit of answering the questions why, what, and how education and employment in the age of AI. Our quest is to understand the causality between technology, economy, society, and education in this age. See, as we all understand that there's been a big, the last 200 years, the system has been, or the systemic level institutions have been, changes have happened because of technology, because of market economies, and because of democracies. In this context, we have to understand and see how society and polity and economy and every culture or how we live is going to evolve. In this context, I have our guest speaker today, who's Dr. Achyat, Achyata Rama Kishore Olety, or I'll call you, sorry, I will
Kishore.
call you
Just call
Kishore,
me
sir. Is
Kishore.
that good enough? Dr.
Yeah, sir.
Kishore?
Fine. That's great.
Dr. Kishore, yes, yes. Yeah. He's a highly accomplished academician and researcher. He is currently associated with SRR and CVR degree, Government Degree College in Vijayawada. And in the past, he has been associated with PVP Siddhartha Institute of Technology. It's now a university, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Dr. Kishore possesses extraordinary multidisciplinary skills, and his academic profile also is cross-disciplinary. He has a PhD in business administration. He has an MPhil in human resource management. He's he's got several degrees. He's got an MCom in finance. He's got an MBA in human resource management. Got a MSc in psychology, an MA in English literature. Terrific, sir. Very so diverse. And he's covering more or less technology. He's covered sciences. He's covered social sciences and humanities as well, and business. As a business and social science researcher, Dr. Kishore has contributed extensively to contemporary business literature, has over 15 peer-reviewed journal articles, has 4 book chapters, has 30 conference paper presentations, which covers growth, economic growth, artificial intelligence, research on data analytics, prediction of stock market using deep learning algorithms. He currently functions as an empaneled financial resource person for premier national regulatory bodies, including Security and Exchange Board of India (SEBI), Bombay Stock Exchange (CDSL), NCDEX, NISM, NCFE. Uh, Terrific profile, Dr. Kishore. Terrific.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And he's going to be our guest today. He'll be addressing some of the questions and he'll give us insights into what we are trying to, explore and research upon. To start the podcast, sir,
Yes,
uh,
sir.
we'll start with education first and then we'll move on into employment. Is
Okay, sir.
that good for
Sure.
you? Okay.
Okay, sir. Done.
Yeah, because the big question today is, when you open the news, I would say about 60% of the news is about AI nowadays. And the rest of it, it is being overtaken or overshadowed either in the financial markets, in the labor markets, in the economy, everywhere we see all investments, everything is only AI technology. So 85% it's predicted that 85% of the jobs that today's students will do in 2030 don't exist as yet. This is according to the Institute of Future, has predicted 70 to 90% of the current jobs will be replaced by AI. When we don't know what the future jobs are, how can we equip our students with the skills and mindsets that will serve them well, and why education?
Sir, it's a fact that, AI is going to replace 85% of the jobs. Um, how it is, it's already happening. You can observe and see. Previously, we used to have content writers, a job profile called as content writers in internet. We used to have a lot of opportunities are there. Now, totally content is created by AI. Everybody's content is created by AI. Teaching part, most of the preparation part is done by AI, and even AI delivered lectures are also available. And most of the teaching jobs are at stake, particularly. So not only that, in every field, routine jobs, anything where we need not use much intelligence and creativity, all the jobs will be replaced by AI. Everything, data entry, accounting jobs, Even medicine, doctors also are going to face a lot of trouble because if you give the symptoms, AI is predicting your uh, disease perfectly, even better than the doctor sometimes. See, even we are with AI with robotics, even can replace manual jobs also, where we feel that individual personal involvement is required. If you have a robot that is integrated with AI, that can replace even the physical works. It is not 85%. See, we are always trying to reach 100%. It's not about, there is no limitation at all. Even AI can repair, AI can regenerate its own code. AI is creating its own AI supporting environments. AI is it is creating robotic codes. Robots with AI can modify their own codes. And if that happens, whatever we see, in fiction movies, uh, see robots are controlling human beings. Maybe it's not totally impossible. But at present, what we can say, yes, 75 to 85%, but always it will reach 100%. I mean, everybody is trying to go for 100%. Um, it is not, it is the evolution. It is evolution. We can't escape it. That is for sure. But yeah, what are the skills required? First thing, AI is inevitable. It is there already. So if you are not learning AI, you are not going to survive in the future. So first thing, you should know how to use AI. Second thing is, so we just forgot one most important thing is we are human beings. We feel that we are doctors, we are engineers, we are teachers, or we are techs, we are something. But ultimately, we are human beings. So we slowly forgetting that we are human beings. Um, that kind of things, we have to go back to the nature. You should understand. You should appreciate the nature. Certain skills are required. First thing, you should have a lifelong learning skills. Lifelong learning has to be compulsory. So it's not that you completed a degree, you get a job. No such a thing. There is no degree, there is no job that is permanent. So new jobs are going to happen, which we don't know today. Even today, we can't predict what is going to be the future job after 5 years. So after 5 years, whatever happens, I should be in a position to learn that. If I do have the lifelong learning mindset, otherwise I can't survive in the future. That you can't teach in books. It's an attitude. In books, you can't teach attitude. So this is kind of thing, important skill, important character one should possess is lifelong learning mindset. That is compulsory. And next thing is you should be in a position to accept the change. So whenever we see the new tech comes and you lose the job, everybody feels discouraged. Everybody feels disappointed. That won't work in future. Today's technology won't survive tomorrow. You have to learn again and you have to do the new job. You should adjust to the new environment. Suppose I'm a teacher. Tomorrow I may need to work as a assembly worker. Sometimes I may need to assemble some robots. I should be in a position to learn that skill and I should do the job. And after 1 year, I may not be in a position to do that. I may be asked to teach elementary school children. So I should take it, like you should have some kind of resilience, what we can call it as. You should accept whatever that comes, whatever the job that is available. See, I'm very impressed to see that, young generation, they come 9 to 5 college and then they go drive Ola Uber. They work as a Ola Uber workers. And sometimes, night shifts, they do go for some DMart and all. One shift, they go for DMart as a maybe packaging division, they work there. And they're earning money. And I'm really surprised to see that they're earning around 20 to 25K, which is a basic salary for a software engineer. As a part-time employee, they're earning a lot. That kind of adjustable mentality you should have. You should not think of a position or something like that. And then the important thing is you need to have some kind of entrepreneurial mindset, which is really, really important. So working under somebody is not going to be there. Always you are going to be partnering with somebody. or you are going to create new businesses, new business models, new ideas, new thoughts. You should do on your own. Because of the technology today, we have 3D printing technology. Uh, I doubt you're going to see huge factories in future. Maybe the future factories in the apartments will be in the apartments. A small apartment where you are having a 3D printer. Yet there you can print every part of any electronic or even bikes you can produce in a apartment where you have 3D printing technology. You print each and every part and you assemble it. That's all. That's going to happen. In such a situation, you should have the ability to design, ability to be an entrepreneur. That is going to have, and again, value creation engines. We should be in a position to create values. In value creation, there are two things, value creation as well as having values. Both are different. So every time you should be in a position to think, what can I contribute to the next level production, next level ideas, next level manufacturing, next level services. That kind of mindset is required. And then the most important thing I told you, first, we always forget that we are human beings. One should have emotional intelligence. That is a core skill one should have. Today, we forget that, we neglect our relations. We spend a lot of time with mobile phones. We don't talk to people. Ultimately, we become slaves to technology rather than I mean, technology should be our slave, but we are becoming slaves to the technology. That we need to understand, and we need to have a kind of growth mindset is very, very, very essential. And this I mean, the skills of lifelong learning, the skills of entrepreneurship, the skills of value creation, they're all physical skills. Like emotional skills are also very much important. Attitude, particularly growth mindset, is very much important. And then if you don't have these uh, values, particularly values, how you are using AI. I can teach you AI, but use it properly, use it ethically, use it to protect the human race. So you can use these technologies to harm the society also. That thing, I think it is very, very important in the present situation. So definitely you need to have that kind of mindset. That those skills are really important. Emotional intelligence, values, growth mindset. But very unfortunately, our present educational system doesn't teach them. Still, we are in age-old mechanism where you want to be doctor, you want to be engineer, the syllabus. That's it. We do end there, but that's not going to work in future.
So, when we think about AI, like you mentioned in the beginning, most of the jobs are going to be replaced with AI. Then why education? When AI can do everything faster, smarter, it can be more precise, it can do it at scale, it can do it more efficiently or with speeds, greater speeds,
Yeah.
whatever skills that we pick up. Don't you think AI can definitely do better? Then why should I even study in the first place? That's the
Yeah, that's
question.
true, sir.
See,
But
definitely, like you said, yeah, one great aspect is we have to keep our humanity, we have to keep our value systems and other things in place. But how is this going to help me get a job, or why is my education still relevant? When AI can speak 100 languages, I can only speak one language. AI, they're predicting soon it's going to, it's very good in economics, it's very good in sciences, right? I can only specialize at best in one area, right?
it's
Given
true,
my
sir. I mean,
capacities.
yeah,
And it
no,
takes
my
me 20 years of education, whereas it can learn within a minute. It has all the, AGI, they're predicting it to have human level knowledge, or in fact more, yeah, right from day one. Then why should I be educated? That's the biggest question children are asking now.
yeah, that's true. That's true. The content is largely available in the internet. So we have Uh, we have a very good content. YouTube videos are there. There are IIT professors are teaching. Even lot of data is available in the market, in the website, in the cloud, uh, in the World Wide Web. But what to pick, what to choose, how to choose, how to learn. These skills, AI can't do. You can set something and you get a lot of data. How to filter it, how to process it. It is all the human capabilities that is the point where education has to take initiative. So education should make us the definition of education itself is an ambiguous thing. So what is education exactly? There is no outright definition for that exactly. Somebody says education is a character building. Somebody says education is uh, identifying the divine perfection already existing in the human being by Swami Vivekananda. So education is not like literacy. It's not about knowing. It's not about skill. It's not about memory and it's not about skill. It's more than that. Education is more than that. Education is making you more human, making you to serve the society. No, okay, okay. As you told, um, AI can do everything. AI can give you everything. You have to ask something now. That's where the point comes. You should ask, I want this, then the AI will give you. How to ask a question? Even if you see in the classrooms, student hardly ask any questions. If you don't know how to ask a question, if the mindset is not asking questions, how the innovation comes, how the answers comes, that is a problem.
See, the question here, sir, is if AI is able to do everything for us, why do I even need to ask a question? The problem we are getting at is, uh, yeah, like you mentioned, the education, when we can define it multiple ways.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, it can. More important is learning. That's what we used to emphasize more than education or schooling. And then we are talking about intelligence, how you apply the knowledge that you pick up in schooling intelligently. And we call this as artificial intelligence or real intelligence. And ultimately, like humanity, wisdom, and everything follows. But the idea here is, like you mentioned, I think continuous lifetime learning, because we need to be able to adapt,
yeah,
and multidisciplinary learning,
yeah,
just in time learning. Because if I don't need to, right now you have 20 years of learning. I don't need to pick up calculus and trigonometry and all the other laws of economics, everything, if I don't need it. But I have to still, in this current system, we are supposed to study all these things, finish 12th class, then get into degree, then get into PG and other type of educational, the structure is such. But today, the just-in-time learning is you learn only when you need it. Right?
that's true.
Multidisciplinary. It need not be, okay, I only learn economics and I only learn physics and it's not a siloed learning anymore. Probably you may have to, have to be more cross-disciplinary. Probably it has to be more recursive learning, learning how to learn, learning how to learn how to learn, learning how to learn how to learn how to learn.
How to
Going,
unlearn also. How to unlearn
yeah,
also. That is more important.
yeah, exactly. So see, children are totally confused, sir, like you said, because Gen AI, generative AI, Chat GPTs and other things can draft better documentation, can ask them, give you hints on how to ask the right questions also. So we're very worried about, what should be the education system. Let me reframe the question.
Yeah,
Uh, See, we say always the content is more important than the container, right?
yeah.
Whatever is inside the container, that's more important. And for us to be educated, what type of schooling should we have? When machines, every child is going to have an AI bot who's going to tell him where he is weak, where he is strong, where he is, it can be monitoring him, guiding him, it can be advising him, it can be giving him assessments at his own speed. So all the technologies is going to come in to him. Then are the schools still relevant? Do we still need teachers when God
Teachers,
can
yeah.
indicate us better? Is it going to be only as mentors, or do you still need teachers in the teaching academics?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. One thing, the traditional schooling system is not going to survive in future. That's a fact you have to understand because, as you told, na, the content and the container. We are we have a small disagreement on this. I have a small disagreement. So, content is more important, or container is more important. Let me don't call them as a container learner, but we are not focusing more on learner rather than we are focusing on uh, content. So content is a problem where it is always changing. The problem with the content is it is always changing, and with the AI it is rapidly changing. So in such situation, we our focus should shift from content to container. First, you should understand the student. Where we are lacking now, we are always trying. We are focusing on syllabus. We are not focusing on students. Now you should shift your focus to the student. First, you should see that the student has the capability to understand what exactly he needs. You should have a good skills to ask questions. So once you have a problem, you can use a AI to find solution. If the students can't find any problem and he is very happy with whatever he is, there is no growth happens in the world. So first you should make a student to reasoning capabilities that AI can't do. The reasoning capability, the problem identification, and there is a saying like well-defined problem is half solved. So half solved problem is already done by the AI. Solutions are available with AI, but who will formulate a problem? Okay, I have a design and AI can help me to deliver a product, but I should have an idea. AI can't give ideas. There, the human mind and human capabilities need to be improved and trained in such a way that you create good problem formulations. You have a good questioning mindset. You should have good emotional intelligence because you should understand people's problems. You should understand the interactions. You should understand the cross-cultural issues. You should understand government, how the governance happens. You should understand social cohesion. These things cannot be done by AI. That is one more thing. And then you work in teams. Okay, today or tomorrow, everybody works in teams. Where the inspiration comes. Who will motivate you? Who will motivate you? AI can't motivate you. So these skills, they can't be in a discipline, particularly discipline. How AI can teach you discipline? Of course, again, discipline is again a question. So what is
What I
exactly
meant by
discipline?
container is, sir, I meant by schooling. A
Yeah,
container is a school.
yeah.
So the
There's
existing school system doesn't suit what type of content has to be there. Right now, the container is the schools that we have, 9 to 5, one teacher teaches 40 students. The format of schooling is what I meant by container.
Yeah, it's not about the student-teacher ratio, sir. It is about what is the role of teacher. It is
Is
not
it
problem with
relevant
the
anymore? Is a teacher relevant?
no way,
Because
no
now
way, Stan.
AI can create million teachers who are experts in every field. Right
Every
now, I
field,
have teachers who are so bad, but rarely I come across a good teacher. Whereas AI can be a good teacher for everybody. It can get you
so
the best physicist, it can get you the best economist, it can get you the best mathematician. So, are teachers going to be still a profession in the future?
needed,
The way
sir.
we see it,
Definitely, definitely.
how
Without,
how do you,
I mean, the role of teacher is changing. It is not about teaching. It is about
AI becomes
coaching,
the
and it is
teacher,
about
or is
mentoring.
it
The coaching and mentoring job AI can't do.
AI is
AI
doing
can give you the
fantastic, sir.
content. AI
Right
can
now,
give you the content.
I'll give you examples.
Okay, sir.
What is happening is 80% of the jobs are customer relation jobs. 80%, whether they are office jobs or
Yeah.
some storefront jobs or whatever, they're being replaced by a better customer service agent like AI. And where we notice this is in different other countries. All programmers are being replaced by AI because they're coming up. A machine can program better.
Yeah,
All
true.
there was a math Olympiad, and in the math Olympiad, AI won the first prize. Google Deep Learning won the first prize.
Yeah,
And now there are 10 unsolved problems in the world. In mathematics, the top 10, five of them have been solved by a lot of medical research is happening. And it is the prediction is now we are moving. If you look at Claude or any of the Mythos or other type of things, technologies that we are emerging, you will see that they are reached past human knowledge and human capacities in every which way. Now,
yeah,
what is
yes, sir.
happening?
It is
I'm worried
emerging, sir.
about. Let
I
me
could
let me
say.
finish this question, sir.
I,
I'm
I
worried
mean,
about what is it that students can learn in schools in the current school system. Maybe we may have to change the school system. The way it is, it doesn't work. It's still a 19th century system that we have.
yeah. Sir, here the problem here is, certain things like first thing, all the systems, whatever the AI we have and everything, are working for the humans. For
Everybody.
our comfort, we are using them till now. I don't know. In future, we may become, their own workers. I don't know. AI can start its own company, and we may be working under them. I don't know. I can't imagine such situation. At present, we are using AI for our own purposes. But here, there are system, particularly schooling system. There is, who will teach them how to use AI? The first question. Introduce them at least to some extent. So not only for the people, the school students, but elderly people who don't know much about the
So, do you
technologies and
need
all.
the current schooling system's style setup?
Yeah,
Like a
current school
conveyor belt, you
system.
move from class to class. You will, because during the industrial age, they built the conveyor belt, right? They moved from one class to the next class, next class, next class. They went to school 9 to 5.
9 to 5.
Is this what you're thinking the culture is going to be?
Culture is going to be, I mean, to some extent that is required, sir. Particularly, first thing I told you, discipline. How can AI teach discipline? Most important human values, how to respect elders. AI
See,
can't
don't you
teach
think
you.
when you
I mean, you
ask a
need that.
question to AI, the response you get is much more, very, very respectful compared to a human being? The
Uh,
answer you get in chat GPTs or on any of the chatbots or the response from an AI is very, very respectful, very humane, very, very cordial compared to human beings.
yes, sir. I mean,
Don't you think so?
the data, how to respond to an individual is being given by the human being only. The
Absolutely.
inputs are given by the human
Actually,
beings
then why
only.
do we have to even teach students? They have to be respectful. Values. What other values are there?
So
I'm
the
just
physical
curious.
contact, the physical contact with the teacher, cannot be replaced by AI, sir. I mean, okay, up to some extent, now, up to some extent, at least up to 10th class, where their minds are not completely matured.
We need to have 10 classes.
Do we need to have 10
Go through all
classes?
the 10 years of
Yes, you can
education.
use AI, sir. I'm exactly saying you can use AI, but yes, the teacher has to be there guiding them properly. What kind of lessons are required? AI can't understand exactly what is happening with the children's mind. A teacher can understand the students' level of learning, their personal portfolio, whatever happening, what their mood is. I think that till now the AI is not developed to that extent.
See,
Only
sir,
teacher can
I'll give you
understand the
another
mood.
example. Put it in a different context.
Yeah.
In the past, before 18th century, only rich people could afford a personal trainer,
Yes, sir.
right? A personal teachers and other things.
Yes,
And
yes.
so the schooling system was 1:40 or 1:50 or whatever it is, because people could not afford personalized learning.
Yeah.
Now with AI, you're getting personalized learning. Each individual is getting their own mentor and there's a teacher, a guide, philosopher, everything. AI.
Okay, sir.
Why do I need a teacher guiding 40 students or
Sir, one has to see, I mean, the student has to be seated before a computer and learn, and somebody has to monitor it.
doesn't need
Who
a
will
computer,
monitor?
sir. It will be a chip in your head or it can be in your watch
I
anyway.
mean, we
Yeah.
never reached to that extent, sir. That's what I am saying.
We are actually a lot of places in the West are happening, sir, right now.
If that
All,
happens, till that point, I'm saying that now once we become slaves to the technology, no problem. Till that point,
no, do you think
yes.
it's a slave or are we going to be using it for a betterment?
So we are using it for betterment, or we are becoming slaves. Sir, first thing, the education system, why you told now, why should we have education system? We should develop independent thinking in the mindsets of individuals.
Very good.
Yeah,
But
that
that we
AI
did
won't
not
teach
have
you.
a schooling system in the past when during Vedic times or
Yeah,
during ancient times, there was no schooling system.
yes,
The way we see it today, right? But
yes.
still, education happened, learning happened through different other formats.
Yeah. That's they taught them how to think. They taught them how to understand the nature. They taught them how to explore our own minds.
Exactly.
I mean, we should be in a position to, there is a lot of data available, there is a lot of AI content is available. Which content has to be used, which content has to be ignored. I mean, there the teacher role comes, I mean to say. So, so there are, if you see the social media, even social media, AI, now I doubt, are we thinking rationally? Are we thinking what AI is giving? Suppose whatever we have a doubt, we search in Google or that goes to Gemini and some data will be given. Is that genuine? Is it feeded data or is the real data what I am asking? How can I mean, it is my own judgment, my own reasoning that AI won't teach you. And if we don't think rationally, if we don't control AI, that is going to decide what we are going to think. Suppose, if I see the YouTube shorts, I observe that more than 60 to 70% of the videos are generated by AI, partially or completely. So in such case, am I being feeded by AI?
Maybe.
Am I rationally thinking or just being influenced by the AI and thinking? In future, if the AI becomes very powerful, it can decide who is the president and prime minister.
Do we have to have
Because
president
it
and prime
feeds only
minister?
positive data about one person and only feeds negative data about another person. There the role of teacher comes. Teachers should make the students to think rationally. That our syllabus has to change a lot. We should introduce philosophical thoughts. We should introduce reasoning as a syllabus. We
Correct.
should use emotional intelligence as syllabus.
So you're
you
saying
know
foundational skills have to change.
yeah, that has to be there in the syllabus. Very
So not
unfortunately, we
the
are
1 to
teaching.
10th class, the format that we have today.
Yes, sir. See, certain things, basic education up to fifth class, nobody can avoid because, you should know, read, write, at least simple mathematical calculations. Even the AI is giving, you should know 2 plus 3 is equal to 5.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That has to be done. And after that, from the sixth class onwards, I think we need to introduce certain subjects like reasoning, emotional intelligence, like art, some kind of art, even it's a creative thinking process, creativity as a subject, rational thinking as a subject. If you don't introduce them, uh, I think the whatever the students are studying these things, they can be done by AI.
Absolutely
There
right,
is
sir.
no, there
We
is
need
no
to
future
change.
hope. There is no
That is
future
what I
hope.
meant by do we have to change the container as well because the container cannot be the same 9 to 5 and 1 to 10th class format and same subject because industrial societies required math, science, and other things. But the current society probably requires a different set of subjects that needs to be taught. Like you said, foundational, we need to teach them values, we need to teach them how to learn, we need to be able to teach them to
Yeah,
be prepared to do continuous learning.
yeah.
So those are nice. That at the schooling level, how do we teach is a thing that I think we'll leave it for future debates, so that
Yeah, at least, sir,
we need.
in terms of discipline, till now you told na some machine will control us. Till that time, yes, teachers has to play a role. See, sir,
You'll be
once you become a
surprised.
slave,
Actually, you'll be surprised. A nation is able to educate children better than a teacher in most circumstances because you won't get all good teachers. 90% of the teachers have failed to be good teachers. There are good teachers, definitely, and who understand the child, they read the child's necessities and needs and other things and educate.
sir, again the
But in
same
this,
question. Whatever, all the AI agents are also not good. Only
how,
few AI agents are doing better job, and few AI agents are failing. It is not in the I mean, data is fed by somebody. Data
see,
is
the
fed by
data is
somebody.
all the universal knowledge that we have had, generational knowledge till now, humans have developed, is now again put it into there, and all we're trying to do is get it to help us in to do certain things.
Yes, sir. There the teacher, I mean, at least in the preliminary stages, the guidance of teacher is very much essential. Now, what kind of data need to be taken? What kind of data need to be filtered? The filtering process that has to be taught
So
to the students
definitely
by the
new
teacher
skills,
guidance.
yeah, new
I
subjects
don't
have to be
say
there.
teaching, mentoring. Let us call it as a mentoring job. Mentoring job, yes. Teacher, nobody can replace. If the AI can do the mentoring job, I doubt. I doubt uh, certain things. And then there are certain even the data is always a manipulative thing. Always don't take decisions based on data. That's what everybody says. The lie, the biggest lie, the greater lie, the biggest lie is statistics. The AI
No, sir,
works on
because see,
statistics.
data can be in multiple formats, right? It
Yeah,
can be visual format, it could be different form. Most of the data that we are speaking it for a school children is the subject material.
yeah,
Whatever they are there in the textbooks and other things, the data is
yes.
presented to them in a much more succinct form, in a much more better way than a teacher who comes and gives a lecture.
No,
This can
sir.
come as videos, this can come as different formats.
No lecturing, sir.
That
No
is the
lecturing
data.
at all. No lecturing. It's
No,
over.
no, maybe lectures may not
Lecturer
be.
job is over.
Yeah, that is what I meant by
Yeah,
a
and we
mission
have to be
doing
mentor. We
data
have
is
to be
not need not be any other things other than information.
guiding. Let
Guiding.
us guiding. Yeah, let us take about a PhD. We have guides. In a MPhil, we have guides. As we have guides for the guiding process, the projects, the thesis, that should come to sixth class. From sixth class onwards, students should be given projects. They should have independent thinking. We should let them to work as a team, and they have to develop a particular product. They can use AI. They can use AI, but they have to develop a product or a service or something like that. Teacher will guide them, monitor them, help them to reach the particular task done. So in this process, teacher can, I can say teach or educate them so many things which AI can't do. If the project can be done by a project can be done by AI, but the cohesion, the emotional intelligence, the tolerance they have within the group, there are many girls, boys, gender, caste, creed, community, everybody will come together, work together, achieve a task, identify issues, solve them. Of course, they can use AI. Again, I'm saying with the
So
help
what
of
you're
AI.
trying to tell me is schools are no longer for academic purposes only. They
No,
are
no
for
teaching, sir.
making us
It's
into
not about
human
teaching.
beings. It
It's
is
not
not
about
about
teaching.
academics.
Yeah,
It is
it's
about
a
human
place
beings.
where some tasks are done, some projects are done. That's all. Timing, flexible timings. Okay, you can have 9 to 5 or 10 to 5, but I mean, as a team, they have to be sit together now. So then we can fix a time so that they can sit together, or they can virtually sitting at home also they can work. But somebody has to monitor these skills. AI can't teach. What I'm saying, until you have some chip in your mind and you become a slave to the technology. Till that time, yes, but yes, how far? I mean, if I'm not interested, if I remove the chip, then what about myself?
No, no. When I say use the word chip in your mind, it can be, outside as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, the
Between a
discipline
gadget.
aspect,
You
the
see, what is
discipline
happening, they're
aspect.
predicting it is everybody is going to have a virtual. See, I'm Professor Bala,
Yes,
you're Professor Kishore. We have our own personal data, we have our academic data, we have
yes.
our financial data. I have my academic, whatever data I have, right? All these data, my personal assistant, who is a virtual Bala, knows.
We can do that.
A virtual Kishore is your own AI. And that will be actually giving you better information and guidance on how to proceed further at every step of the way. There are children who are very deficient in a classroom. There are some children who are very good and some behind, falling behind. For those children falling behind, they need help much more than the regular other students who are ahead. But a teacher cannot dedicate that much time to all of them. So you need AI to come and help out and mentoring as well in different formats. Need not be the same as what a teacher could do. It can be in different other ways.
But yes, sir. Primary education and secondary education also, I think 100% replacement of teachers it may not be possible. So mentoring is compulsory required. As you told now, somebody is not doing well. Sir, what happens is now people cheat. The young minds don't know what is right and wrong. Here the problem arises. Okay, after intermediate, okay, we know there is some kind of maturity. Of course, they are electing the leaders also. Their levels of maturity is different. Once there is no that much level of maturity, if we don't teach them values, if we don't guide them properly how to think, how to reason, what is good, what is bad, adjust with the people. I mean, continuous monitoring is more important. The teacher's role is slowly shifting from teaching to mentoring, guiding. No teaching. Hardly
Right
after
now,
fifth
we
class, no
have
teaching is
schools.
required.
Right now, our schools have failed to do that as well. We're
Yeah,
giving children the right value systems and right decision-making capacities and other things. A lot of
only the,
ills in the society, and we are hoping that with AI added to the existing system, it's going to probably improve.
yeah, definitely,
Anyway,
sir.
that's
Because I mean, they value marks. They value marks.
exactly.
After 10th class, what is the profession that is giving you more money? They value money. They value marks, CGPA, GPA, SGPA. They are not going to be a future. I mean, they are not going to be permanent. Very rightly you said, the marks, whatever you are getting, will be expired after 3 years. That is going to be the future system. Every 3 years, suppose I'm a PhD. If I don't do the PhD again in the next 3 years, again, if I don't submit another thesis in the next 3 years, or at least a quality publication in the next 3 years, my PhD becomes invalid. That kind of system is going to happen in future. If you are a BTech graduate, that BTech is validity only 3 years. After that, you have to write an exam and you have to re-enroll for the program and you have to complete it. Then only your again the degree is valid for next 3 years. Maybe in future, every year you have to upgrade your own credits.
So you don't, you're seeing universities and colleges as lifetime institutions, not
Lifetime
3 year
institutions.
parking lots or 4 year parking lots. No.
No parking lots, sir. Every year, it's annual or
So
maybe
that means
short-term
if I'm
courses.
affiliated to an institution, I should be affiliated for life so that I can keep continuously getting upgraded.
Continuous upgradation is must and should. And even if you know, I have some certifications like NISM, the certificate's validity is 3 years. Certificate validity is 3 years. After 3 years, I have to again write the same exam. In abroad also, the teachers have to write the exam every 3 years or 4 years continuously, unless otherwise they won't continue in the job. That is going to happen everywhere. Even the software tech. If you do the old softwares are not no more used. Today everybody is talking about Python, .NET, or many more new softwares are coming. Old softwares are of no use. They have to, unless otherwise they learn new softwares, there is no job for them. That is the reality of life. That is already happening. But yeah, till today we are very comfortably sitting now. Let's just wait for 2 to 3 years, sir. You are going to see drastic changes in the educational system. And if they don't change, they won't survive. That's all. There is no other thing. Like, yes, students need to be taught about, certain value systems. Students are lacking. So what is important? Money is important. What is important? Marks are important. So however you get the marks, no problem. You cheat, no problem. You bribe, no problem. You get marks or not, that is important. What we see in the NEET
So
exam
let
also,
me,
the paper
as
is
a
leaked.
corollary to this, let me ask you the next question, sir.
Sir, just let me
Yeah.
give you an example for this matter. Many doctors who are future doctors bought the NEET paper for 10,000 and 30,000. What is the kind of treatment they are going to do in the future?
It applies to every profession, sir.
Every
It applies
profession,
to
yes.
every, need not be
Yes.
doctors alone, anything. The
Yeah.
unfortunate scenario is we have become an examination system instead of an education system.
Yeah.
So anyway, coming to India has a huge digital divide,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Digital haves and have-nots. And if you are a policymaker, or how should any policymaker ensure, because with AI on the horizon, there's again these inequalities will perpetuate if this digital divide doesn't come down, right?
Yes, sir.
There are people who would have access to AI and people who don't have access to AI.
Yeah.
And they will have a better advantage versus people who don't.
Definitely. Definitely.
So access is it going to, how do we bring into the picture an inclusive solution for
Yeah, it's
education and
not.
employment?
Yeah, it's not only about India, sir. It's all around the world. Let us take an example. Let us take a world as a context. It's not a national problem. It's an international problem. So even the education today, we are also following, ICSE syllabuses and all. So slowly, every AP schools are following CBSE national-wide syllabus. So in future, everybody will follow ICSE syllabus. Globalization of education is already happening and will happen in future also. Let us take a global scenario as an example. So there is always a north-south divide. So if you take US, European countries, Japan, their level of technology, their level of infrastructure, particularly, they are going for 6G. They are having high internet speed. Everybody is having good access to internet. Their income levels are more comparatively. Access to education is more. But now come to South. We are underprivileged. We don't have good infrastructure. We don't have good internet speed. Our income GDP is low. Per capita income is low. So here there is a divide is always there. It's Darwin's theory. So survival of the fittest. Who has more technology will rule the world. Who has more information will rule the world. Who has good infrastructure will rule the world in future. But yes, but having technology is different. How do we optimize optimal use of the technology is also a very good thing. Even though our per capita income is low, you believe it or not, Indians have having mobile. Even foreigners are getting surprised. The UPI system. Let us have an example of UPI system. How crores of Indians are using UPI system. Even US and UK can't do it. No, we
The
are
need,
we have.
because most of these UPIs are foreign companies only. Because we have Phone Pay owned by Walmart and we have Google Pay owned by Google US companies.
Yeah, I mean
So most of the
the
UPIs are still US or some other country based.
no, sir. UPI is completely Indian.
Paytm is mostly Chinese funded.
Okay,
So
these the apps are foreign
no, no,
apps, but
I'm just throwing a damper. That's all.
yeah, but even then, we are more advanced in certain aspects. We have limitations. That's a fact. We have a large divide. We have income disparities are more. Even though per capita income is low, but the disparities are much more greater than when compared to the foreign nations. Or I
Do you
mean,
think AI is going to reduce this digital divide?
AI. I mean, first thing is AI is going to reduce means that is how we can learn AI at a faster pace. That is where the matter comes.
The
If you could
economics
learn,
also changes, right? It's going to be very low cost. It's going to be a system where you don't need to spend so much on a school, building a school or paying teachers so much. You don't need learning resources that costly, printing books and other things. Most of it can be done through AI at a very, very low cost.
at a very, very low cursor, but yes, I mean, what I'm saying is how much of percentage of people are able to use AI in abroad and in India or in south of the world and the north of the world. And comparatively, in the north of the world, it is, let us take a rating of 1, 0 to 1. It is about zero point 0.6 in north, and it is about 0.25 or 3. And we are only half of, we were only having the capability of 50% of the capability what the north people are having, not in India, in the global scale. And in the same case with India also, some states are doing great in terms of, learning of AI, some states are even see our government also actually introduced the AI as a compulsory subject in graduation today in
So
AP.
let's say another 10 years from now, 2030, another 5 years. You think this digital divide will reduce drastically because of the help of AI?
Drastically reduce? No, it's what I'm saying, sir. It is how the government, not government, let us don't talk about the government. Yes, it's a policy making. It's a policy. How far we can make people to use AI more efficiently, and what kind of mechanisms we develop to see that everybody has reach to the AI. Do we have the good infrastructure for that? Do we have a proper digital training for the unprivileged people particularly? Because only wealthy people can get such kind of technology and infrastructure, and then the divide becomes very widened. Because of AI, as you know, disparities will be huge if you don't make the AI to reach the under privileged societies, underprivileged people. So they need to be given proper infrastructure, proper training.
Don't you think,
There,
sir, today everybody more or less has a smartphone? More or less. I wouldn't say all, but I would say at least 90% of Indians are more coming to a stage where they will have a smartphone in the next 2, 3 years.
yes, sir, sure, sure,
Right.
sure.
Given that AI is there for free on most of these facilities and services,
Yes.
don't you think it's a easier way to spread and reach learning material and other things through this cheap technology than paying so much fees and the government spending 30,000 crores only Andhra Pradesh on HRD budget, or sorry, I would say education budget. So this is a huge amount of money being spent on infrastructure of the current stage compared to spending little amount on new technologies where they can actually reduce divide much more faster.
Sir, it's not about divide, sir. It's not about technology. What I'm saying, the technology has to be used properly. That is where the problem is coming. Let us have an example. We have a YouTube videos. So if you take a student, if I ask him how many hours you watch, YouTube, how many hours you show shorts, YouTube shorts, entertainment,
No,
they
that
say
is different,
the
sir.
70 to
Education.
80% of the time is spent on entertainment. Hardly 1 or 2% is spent on education.
No, no, in schools, let us use it wherever, on education material is accessible. If they have to study some physics, they
Yeah.
don't need to spend so much on the physics textbook or a physics teacher or a tutor or a school. Here, school fees are 1 lakh rupees or 2 lakh rupees a month. Now, there's getting everything for free, the same quality and the same level.
Sir, let me tell you. Let us have our own
Whether
children.
they study or
We,
not, that's a different issue. Like
we
even now, they study or not, nobody can stop that. If they have to study, this is accessible for low cost
yeah, it is
educational material.
accessibility is not a problem, sir.
Right.
Accessibility, even though accessibility is very low, what I'm saying, we are not do actually have that quality access as
Accessibility
the
is a problem with schools, sir, right now. There are about 30% of our schools are one or two teacher schools. And a lot of the government's policy is to get schools in at least in a 1 to 2 kilometer radius of habitats. Those
so
are big issues that we are
so
facing.
issues. Yes, even where fee reimbursement issues are there. Yeah, there. Yes, sir. That's where I'm talking. We have a limited infrastructure. First thing, we have a limited infrastructure. We are a low income country and low income state. Let us consider as a middle income state. So now it is how can we use these resources to integrating AI in education to see that the lifelong learning happens.
Correct.
So in schools, yes, there are you told there are only 1 or 2 teachers who can't teach 5 classes. Let them use AI efficiently to they just monitor. You use all the AI content given to the students. I mean, with a salary of a teacher, you can build a 2 or 3 systems in a classroom. A projector and a laptop is not a big deal. With 1 month salary of a school teacher, you can have that. Yes, I mean, because the technology is available at lowest cost. Now that has to be done. That has to be done. they should be given this technology input to see that underprivileged students also get the same quality of education as they are getting. And after fifth class, if such situation arises, let them don't let the teachers be the mentors. Now it's the time to train the teachers to become good mentors, trying to become good project guides. Now it is a time to teach them how to make the students become more uh, resilient to the change, resilient to the differences, gender differences, caste differences, color differences, country differences. You should have some kind of resilience that need to be taught. The teachers need training for that thing. Also, even teachers don't have that kind of thing. Unfortunately, they fight. Men, women fight. About caste they fight, and they are involved in political parties. They don't have the resilience. Now, that kind of resilience need to be taught because now in future, as we see, we are going to US, in future years, people will come to India. We don't know what kind of situations will prevail in future, but where we have that kind of compassion is required. The compassion, the emotional intelligence, the system thinking, most importantly, system thinking, we don't learn things as a part. Don't teach mathematics separately or science separately or social separately or English separately. Uh, Try to teach them together. If you don't teach together in the schooling, how can they have a multidisciplinary thinking and system level thinking? Don't
So right
separate
now,
them.
what is happening in rest of the world, India is probably far behind to catch up. Is most of the IT jobs are being replaced, and they can be replaced by basic programmers and type of people can be replaced. Same with most of the financial world. You're seeing a lot of bankers will be replaced by AI very soon. So will most of the lawyers be replaced by AI very soon.
Yeah, yeah.
And so are most of the teachers going to be replaced by AI very soon. Because end of the day, we are going to move into a world where how do I minimize my costs and maximize my outputs? That
Yeah,
is what everybody is striving for. And if technology can do it better than human, let me replace it. And most companies are profit oriented. They are looking at how do I cut costs. And to cut costs, I can replace labor. I don't need to labor laws. I don't have to pay monthly salaries. I don't have to, pay benefits and etc. etc. So I'm moving on to employment side slowly from our education concept. So is AI a job killer, a job shifter, or a job creator?
yeah. Three questions in a
No,
multi-barrel
you can
shot.
choose one of them. One of them you can choose
Yeah, yeah.
because it
It's, it's,
seems to
it's,
be
it's not that
performing a task.
it's
Go
not
ahead.
that simple, sir. So it is a job killer. Yes, it is
Job
going to
shifter, job
first thing.
creator.
Let me one by one. Let me do one by one. Job killer. Yes, it is going to kill all kinds of routine tasks where human thinking is not required. It is going to kill. So never ever do those things. The routine things, simple things, comfortable things will be done by AI. So um, all the routine tasks, all routine cognitive tasks, all routine administrative tasks, all routine structural tasks will be done by the AI. Okay, just forget us. And then no entry level jobs will be there. If you want to do coding, AI will do the coding. But yes, AI won't design the architecture, system design, system architecture. That that won't. I mean, till now, I think present level of AI can't do that. At least to some extent. Even then, even afterwards, we need to push our limits. Every day we are upgrading our phones. 5G, 3G to 4G, 5G, or iPhone 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But what about ours, our own system? Are we upgrading our system or not? There the matter ends. If you keep on upgrading your mobile phones and systems and softwares, and unless otherwise you upgrade your own mental software, the survival becomes a very difficult task. Yes, this shifting is happening. So AI, with support of AI, you can do the jobs with ease. It is, as you told, na, there are many jobs are customer relationship jobs. Yeah, of course, AI is doing a lot of thing, just calling, hello, sir, hi, sir, how are you? What is your problem? Till that extent, yes, AI can help
No, no.
us.
When
We
I
need
say
not do.
customer relation, it's administrative jobs, everything. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
said, entry
But
level jobs, everything is in that category.
but
80% of
here,
the
sir,
jobs,
but here
routine
sometimes,
jobs.
sometimes the problem identification uh, has to be done by the humans only. The solutions need to be identified by the humans only. The human mind has to be involved. With that, our job becomes, 50-60% of the job will be done by the AI. The remaining 30-40% job has to be done by us only. So entry level people has to upgrade themselves. They should know how to use AI to identify the problem properly and then giving the
So
solution, how to give the
let me
solution.
ask you there itself, sir. If no entry level jobs are there, how are they going to become mid level managers?
So they have to upgrade their skills, how to use AI. That's it. We are in the loop, sir. We are in the loop. Looped jobs. Not total AI, not total human involvement, but mixing of both. That kind of things are happening today. As you know,
So
we
entry level jobs are not going to be there. Routine jobs are not going to be there. Customer relationship jobs are not going to be there.
no, sir,
Easy
no,
jobs are not going to be there.
no, sir.
Now, a lot of people are going to be unemployed.
Unemployed. We can say shifting, sir, shifting happens. Please, sir. Once the level of income increases, because of the AI technology, many more comforts will come, many more services will come, many more comforts will come. Let us talk about these gig jobs like, Swiggy and Zomato. Swiggy and Zomato, they were not there 5 years back. Now, how many lakhs of people are employed with Swiggy and Zomato, Ola, Uber? Previously, what they did some other jobs. Because of the technology, they don't have this kind of jobs, and we got now new
See,
jobs.
I've seen this in New York, sir. A lot of delivery boys used to be there in Manhattan. Now, most of it is being replaced by drones.
Yeah,
Most
now,
of the delivery is happening through drones. And even this Uber and Ola jobs, most of the cars now are Waymo. You heard of the Waymo and
yeah,
other cars. You don't need a
sure.
driver.
No drivers.
So, so
Their
AI
jobs are
is
going to
taking
be
over
extinct.
even those.
For
Even
sure,
the
for
delivery level
sure.
jobs, whatever they call gig
Now we have drone
economy.
operators. We need drone
Yeah,
operators. We need drone operators. We
one fellow
need
can do 10 people's job now.
drone repairmen, drone battery makers, drone component makers. There will be jobs, sir, but shifting will happen. And that's what I'm saying. You should be in a position to accept whatever the change comes and be ready, prepared to shift the jobs. It's AI. I don't say that, nothing is going to change. So everybody will have jobs. Because of the technology, income will increase, people's lifestyle will change, and there will be new jobs. We never imagined Uber and Ola and Uber, but now we have. In future, there will be a job, a question mark job, where there is an opportunity will be there. But we should. Are you ready? And
Let
you
me
fix
put
it to
it.
this mindset. I only become driver and I don't do anything else. You are out. You don't have any employment.
Let me put it very differently, sir. I'll give you a medical example. I'm just only trying to poke holes. That way, I get some answers back. That's all.
Yeah.
Please don't mind the way I'm doing it. Uh, there is a doctor for every 120 people in US.
Okay.
In India, it's more than 1,000 people. You have one doctor. The ratio is very bad. And in a lot of rural areas, the ratio is even worse. Every 5,000, 6,000 people, you probably have a doctor.
Yeah.
And remote areas, even scarce doctor. But today with AI, everybody in their pocket, they have a doctor, right?
Yes.
So you don't need to train that many doctors. We have in our pocket, I have a doctor who will answer every 90% of all the questions. Probably physical examination and other things, I'll probably need a specialist or somewhere I have to go anyway. And
Yes, sir.
even that in the future, probably robotics and other things can come into robotic arms or a humanoid robotics or other things evolving.
Yeah, they'll
We'll
do.
keep that away for 10 more years. But
They'll
right
do.
now, what is happening is most of the things a typical general advising from a doctor can be done by AI.
Yeah, agent. Yes,
So
definitely.
likewise, most of the jobs that we see, it's going to be just one AI bot in million hands, million
Yes, sir.
doctors.
Yeah.
So most of these people, a robot will create more drones.
Definitely.
And so I'm worried about the
Yeah,
jobs.
at least, I mean, what I'm saying is new jobs will come. What I'm saying is new jobs will come. New jobs, I mean, we have to identify I mean, that is what we talk about the entrepreneurial mindset. Okay, now these jobs are replaced. Now we need to have a service mechanism. Drones need to be serviced properly.
Another drone
Uh,
will service it, which is
and
drone means that another robot will be servicing it.
yeah, but at least
Because you
for
see in
that.
assembly line, car technology, assembly line, sir.
And
In
now,
1906,
now I think after 4 years we need to think of that. In next 3 4 years that will
yeah,
happen.
that is
But
what you said.
till now we have
2030,
drone
most of the
operators.
jobs today will not exist in 2030. And
Yeah.
most of the jobs that are going to exist, are we preparing them for that?
Yes, sir. At least in this scenario, yes, government has to think of, there should not be a monopolizing of internet, and there should not be the only a certain segment of people are having access to internet, and they should see that everybody has good access to internet, good access to the AI education. Everybody should be certified, even all kinds of professions. The doctor should be trained in AI, the mechanic should be trained in AI, the driver should be trained in AI, at least to that extent that what is going to be their future role. Unless otherwise, it's going to be a job shifter, I could say. At present it can be job shifter, and in future AI can become a good job creator also, where AI system building is a very good job opportunity. Then we can talk about, new technologies will come, new emerging technologies, innovations, the research that can be done by AI. Research, yes, okay, on paper we can say that, but without a physical environment, there is no. And again, you can see the hyper personalized economy. Like, you don't go to shop and buy a shoe. So you'll see that, some AI, you just keep your foot somewhere, and the exact measured shoe will be there for you. So in such situation, yes, the human involvement is very much required. Even though with AI help, they'll give you custom-made dress, custom-made shoes, custom-made blazer, custom-made bike, custom-made car. Everything will be personalized. Things will happen in future. In that way, it is going to create more jobs, because with AI, the size of the factories are shrinking. We are going to have small factories, very small, and tiny, very tiny, the small size of an apartment. You can have a factory where everything is built. Everything from toothbrush to aeroplane, you can build in a apartment. That kind of things will be there in future. For that, yes, entrepreneurial mindset is required, and new technological industries will come, 3D printings will come. For that, we need to have again surveys and all, everything will happen. So yes, government has to think, government has a particular role in controlling the AI explosion to some extent, particularly in terms of, cyber security issues may come. So data personalization, is becoming a question mark. There is no, privacy issues are there, cyber security issues are there. There are, yeah, in that aspect, government has to do certain legal issues. Recently, yesterday, I have seen that, the US banned one AI agent. Yeah, because if it is not good for the human beings, we should stop it.
See, because recently we had the Delhi protocol, right? In Delhi, there was an AI summit, and most of the Western countries did not agree for putting the guardrails to AI. So the Delhi protocol it didn't go very far. Most of the countries didn't accept. USA, especially the biggest AI innovator in China, they didn't, because where 90% of AI is happening, they didn't agree to the rules, putting guardrails as yet. And if you don't put guardrails, what's going to happen is, yes, like you said, privacy violations to, unemployment to and other things will proliferate.
Cyber security issues will come. Ultimately, I mean, AI should help the human to survive and progress better. if it is stopping the progress and comfort and survival of human beings, what is the question of having AI? But today's level of explosion, I doubt, in future we may need to fight with AI, robots, because once they had a thought of, like survival instincts arises in the robots with AI, they want to survive, maybe killing the human beings or maybe enslaving the human beings. We don't know what happens in future.
No,
But
there is
yes,
no need for
to
them because the purpose of AI's existence is, to serve, right, to help out humanity. And if you
yeah,
don't help out humanity, they don't have a purpose in the
yeah,
first place. As they grow and develop, probably they will eradicate all life form. But
yeah.
the other side of it, when you look at it, identity is very, very important to humans.
Yes,
I am a professor, I am an engineer, I am a doctor, right? I'm employed with certain. This is what last 200-300 years or more, we've been identified with our jobs, and our role in society is determined by that, and our status in society, and all these things are now at a threshold where you could lose this identity if people become, if drones and AI takes over and everybody is unemployed. Then what are humans going to be doing if AI is going to do all the jobs?
uh,
What do you
so
think, sir?
it's not about, it's a job of not an individual or not of a system or not of the technological firms who are creating AI. Everybody has to do play their own role. Particularly, first thing is the government has to establish a proper privacy laws, and there should be some social audits. Like, how far AI being used, what kind of ways it is used,
Doesn't
where
exist
it
right
is
now.
used, where it is not used, where it has to be used. There should be some kind of audit should be done by the government. It should make some policies to encourage the proper use of AI and reduce the wrong uses of AI, and certain times may control certain things. And tech firms also has to be, as you told, they say, no, don't stop, don't control it. It's not the good thing. They should take proper precautions, safety measurements, rules, and all AIs are run by the rules. They are all rules. Then they should keep it in a check, and see that, ultimately they help the humanity. And it is, we as an educators, teachers has to uh, protect, the human dignity, what you told us. Learning method has to be modified, proper ethical conduct, what to use, when to use, what ways it should be used and what ways it should not be used. There should be a proper control, proper mentoring,
Who's
proper
going to be
guidance.
able to do that, sir? Who can do that?
Yeah, teachers has to do that, and teachers
Teachers.
has to be
No, no.
trying to
What
do
I'm
that at
saying,
least.
right now it is unchecked. We have five big companies in the world who are their research has come to a stage where it's become a threat. The mythos has become a threat to a lot of companies. Therefore, they stopped it from letting it out public in Claude or Anthropic
Yeah,
company. So now, government of US also asked them to wait out for some time because they're going beyond our capacities right now. So now who's going to check them? Are these companies going to be the bosses or is it going to be governments?
yeah,
Because now
government
these
has to.
are now governments don't have any control. The companies are so big that they're global in nature. Because some of these companies are bigger than countries. Nvidia is bigger than Indian economy,
Yeah,
just a company. And now we have a guy called Elon Musk who's become a trillionaire, which is just his wealth is bigger than 50% of the world countries. So things are
yeah.
very, very different. We are entering into a different situation soon,
Different situations, sir. That's true,
where
but at least,
governments have no control.
yeah,
What
it's
do
in
we
the
do then?
global scale. They have to, sir. Otherwise, it questions the survival of the humanity. The basic thing is survival of the humanity is the basic thing. Of course, the controllers, even the governments are fighting. Yes, we have seen many wars where drones are used, AI guided drones are being used. But even then, ultimately, they need to have some audit. Audit is compulsory. Whatever the organization is under audit, So the technology should undergo audit. Even the movies have some kind of certification, censoring is there. Same case,
That is the
every
problem in
technology.
Hollywood now. Hollywood, there's now a big hue and cry because somebody can produce a movie with just one person can produce a movie on AI. They don't need a team, they're becoming unemployed. Most of the Hollywood
Recently,
itself.
recently in
Yeah.
Tamil Nadu, I think we have a movie completely done by AI, from music to
Yeah,
dialogues
Hollywood, there are a
to
lot of movies in YouTube and Hollywood, many things are
yeah, yeah,
happening.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
nothing. Then what happens to these industries? Now, this is what the question is. If everybody is going to become unemployed, the government is deciding to do five things, sir. You tell me what do you think the government should do?
The first is
So in an age, pardon?
first thing, there should be strict privacy laws. First thing,
No,
they
no,
should not invade our privacy.
I'll
First,
read the 5 points. You tell me which one you pick.
yes,
Massive investment in human upskilling, cross-skilling, and reskilling. Two, changing policy and taxation reforms to reduce inequalities. Three, universal basic education, universal basic income, universal basic services, universal basic infrastructure. And when I say infrastructure, housing, healthcare, education, everything, digital tools. So UBI, I'm sure you heard of UBI is a hot topic on the internet and everywhere, all research happening in business and everybody they're asking the governments to give everybody universal basic income. Now we have so much of welfare happening. Everybody who's unemployed will start getting universal basic income. Is this the way to go about?
yeah, it's always question universal basic income. Now, of course, we have already minimum wage that is been there, but yes, now people, I mean, slowly boundaries are slowly disappearing around the world. Once you stopped using petrol, our import-export balance will be different, and our goods becomes costlier to the US, and US goods will be cheaper to India. So slowly, in next 5 to 10 years, hardly
No, in
don't take
US
10 years, it
also.
will take 5 years.
Even if forget India, in US, universal basic income.
Yeah, 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 yeah. US, all the countries will come under, a common income level. All the countries, all over the world.
AI is going to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
replace all jobs.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Not A, sir. Not because of A, because of the resources. People are, going for, and everybody is having all kinds of resources. Previously, we need to buy oil from somewhere. It is, they are becoming richer countries. A lot of countries, they're becoming richer just because of oil. Or we are importing something from some other country, technology, we're importing some other country, they are becoming richer countries. Now, because of AI, the technology is available to everyone. So slowly income disparities are going to come down, because of not only because of the technology, we have solar power, we have sustainable solutions, we have sustainable energy issues are there. So overall, in next 5 years, the basic, I mean, global income is becoming going to be the benchmark. So everybody will follow. That's not a big issue. But now the government, again, it's who. I mean, you can't say no. Everybody has to get the same income. It's a capitalist countries. We are in the capital economy where everybody can't get the same income. Yeah, minimum income you can fix, but who learns AI better, who learns to use AI better, will learn more income in future. That's it. That's it. For that, the government has to. I mean, if you want to compare to the abroad, if you want to be richer than US, you want to be richer than UK or richer than some other country, it's all about investment in infrastructure and education. If you invest more in education, if you more invest in more infrastructure, then only a country will be the richer. So just becoming rich based upon the some petrol or some technology is not going to be there in future. So government has to do at least now, even when compared to the abroad, our percentage of investment in education is very low. And I'm not talking about primary education or secondary education. It's all about continuous education. It is about upskilling, continuous upskilling. There, the government has to invest a lot. Investing a lot already. If you take example of AP, we have many AP State Skill Development Council is there. There are Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana is there, not Rozgar Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Skill Development Centers are there. So it is trying to always skilling the unemployed youth to enter into some kind of job. But the question is, it's not going to be enough. Next 5 years, that jobs are not going to be there. That is a hard reality. Whatever you are training today is not going to be there after 5 years. Now the scenario is you not only teach them skills, you try to let them learn on their own, lifelong learning. And let us keep the colleges open for all and project-based education, value-based education, and yeah, even the student has to more focus on, we need to think of digital hygiene. You parents teach them. Parent has to take a lot of responsibility today. You are giving mobile phones, you are giving internet, what they watch, audit them. As a student, you have to audit them. As a parent, you have to audit them. As a school teacher, you have to audit them. As a technological firms, they need to audit what is the content that is going to be there. And avoiding responsibility is so easy. Taking responsibility is difficult. If everybody becomes more responsible in use of AI, I think um, jobs will be created rather than lost. That's what I can say.
We'll try to end in that note, sir, positive note. Thank you, Dr. Kishore. I appreciate the time you took in explaining to us. And it looks like I think we need to have some more discussions on this topic with you, sir. So we'll come back to you again. Part two of this podcast we'll try to come up with another set of questions.
We can talk about how it is influencing the human minds, how it is influencing thought processes.
Right.
I doubt that's going to be a very dangerous thing. AI is going to decide what we think. We are not thinking not in our own terms. Whatever we are speaking, some of the content is being injected by AI. Some of the answers are injected by AI.
Yes, sir, yes. Pleasure talking to you, Dr. Kishore. We'll be in touch.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Having a great time with you.
Thank you.